Hi there, my name is Diane, but you can just call me D. In today's video, we're gonna be reacting to the worst books according to Goodreads. So I've been seeing this video going around a little bit that I think is really fun to do. It's basically you look at all the books that you've read and you sort them by average rating on Goodreads, and you just see which ones have the lowest ratings. So I've also seen the opposite video where it's reacting to the best books they've read according to Goodreads. So I might be doing both in this video. I might split it in two, but you'll see based on the title what I end up doing. Okay, so let's set this up. Also, my cat is trying to get into my closet, and I think he succeeded. I know what the highest rated could be, but I don't really have any idea on the lowest rated. So let's sort by average rating. Alright, so I'm skipping the first one because it's a textbook, so it doesn't really matter. The first one... Okay, the first one is Pig Island by Mo Eider, and I read this book in 2016? No. Did I? It seems like it was way before 2016, but maybe I didn't know how to add books once I started tracking them on Goodreads. I don't know. Mo Eider is a thriller author, and she writes books that are really weird and fucked up. So nowadays, I read two of her books. So Pig Island, I really enjoyed the ending. I think there was such a thrill up until the last page. Like the last sentence literally changed everything, and I really enjoyed that at the time. And I read another book from her, which I think was Birdman, and this was actually her first book, and I enjoyed it less. It didn't have that sort of ending where it's like, oh my gosh, there's like a twist at the end, like at the literally on the last page, literally on the last sentence. Plus also the subject matter really fucked up. So from then I think I had started another book that I was enjoying but I think her books are always touch on subject matters that are really horrific. There's a lot of sexual content. I do have one book on my shelf, but I am not planning on reading it because I've learned, and I think I've realized now that her books were more so for shock value than anything else. And I don't think that the subject matters that were handled were handled well. It just felt like it was torture porn and was just very gratuitous. So I think just because of this, it's not my type of reading anymore. I don't want to read something horrific just for the hell of it. So yes, I mean 3.36 is not bad at all, so that's interesting. The next book is The Anti-Virginity Pact by Katie Wismer. It's also 3.36. I enjoyed it fine. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was I think it was her first novel that she had published. She's a self-published author, and she also used to be on BookTube. Now she's more on AuthorTube, but she's on YouTube anyway. And I really like her. I like her personality. I like her values. So I do enjoy her writing. It's really easy to read, and right now she's actually publishing a paranormal romance series, and I've been reading all her books. Her third book in that series is coming up in November, I think, so I'm super excited for it. So yeah, but I mean 3.36 is not bad at all. So okay, the next one is a debut sampler, so I think that doesn't really count. Okay, the next one, The Innkeeper's Daughter? I don't think I've read that one. What? Oh, did I started it in DNF? Okay, we're just gonna skip that one. The next one was Saving Seymour, 3.39. Oh, interesting. I'm interested. I mean, it's like I said, it's not bad, but it's not a bad rating. But I just don't, not really sure why it was so low. Oh well. Okay. And then we have a Megan Miranda. Wow, Such a Quiet Place with 3.47. So that's interesting. I would say in terms of Megan Miranda's books, it makes sense just because I think her mystery thrillers are very easy to read. They're bingeable. You just read them and you're done with them, but you don't really get to think about them. It's not that deep, you know. They're very just easy to enjoy, easy to get through, and it's always in small towns. So always the atmosphere is really good. So I think like around a 3 to 3.5 makes sense in terms of the average rating. Then we have the Department of Sensitive Crimes. Okay, well, this one I don't understand how this is 3.47. That should be way lower than that. This was not a good book. No, 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 no. It was just dumb. I hated it. Oh my gosh, the writing was so bad, so obnoxious. No, I just did. I really okay. Look at this. A very boring story with problematic writing. Will not continue with the series. Probably won't pick up another book from this author unless I know that the writing is completely different. Oh yeah, I remember now. I really didn't enjoy in the writing style how the author was describing people. I just thought that was problematic in a lot of ways. The Long Weekend. Oh, I gave it 1 star. I forgot. I literally just recently read it, but I forgot I gave it 1 star. And this has 3.49 average rating, so that makes sense. I think it should be lower though. It's just not good. Oh yeah, the writing was really bad. The plot was dumb. Ugh, like I said, it was not my kind of thriller. I was actually really excited about this new release. Then I wanted to pre-order it. Then I was like, okay, no, just relax. You've already pre-ordered a lot of books. So let's just wait a little bit. And then when it came out, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe now's the time. But then I thought, just because I had read quite a few books that I hadn't enjoyed, I just thought, let's see if my library has it. And it had it on, oh, my foot is asleep. It had it on ebook, so I got it pretty right away, pretty fast. And I started reading it, and it was just bad. I don't know what's going on with the thrillers lately. I'm just not enjoying them at all. I do know that I don't like domestic thrillers. That could have been a big reason why I hadn't enjoyed that one, but I think the plot was just ridiculous. Anyway, so, and also horrific. If you read this book, let me know in the comments what you thought, because I just thought that was really intense. I wasn't expecting it to be, I was expecting it to be, you know, like a regular thriller, but it's actually like the crimes are actually quite intense. I'm not loving that type of thriller, so it's definitely not for me. Okay, and then Survive the Night is the next one, is 3.51 stars. Okay, well, it's not as bad as I thought, just from the fact that a lot of people hated this book. I didn't hate it because I knew going in that it was not going to be great. So my expectations were lower than I think most people at the time. And because of that, I actually enjoyed it enough. I think the twist was a bit cheap. Yeah, I think what I'm learning with Riley Sager is that I might have just enjoyed some books because I was enjoying the storyline and overlooked a little bit of other things that, you know, I did not enjoy in his other books. So I think he's actually probably not an author for me. It's just that he had 2 books that I did enjoy the atmosphere and the vibes of. So not too bad. The next one is The Project by Courtney Summers. Oh no, at 3.52. Well, I mean, I get it. I gave it 4 stars just because I enjoyed the writing, you know, it's Courtney Summers. I just love the way she writes. But I do understand that it was probably disappointing for a lot of people. Coming off Sadie, her previous book, it was so good. It was just so well written. I don't know, so emotional. It just touched your heart. It just really spoke to me, and I think to a lot of people. Whereas I think the project went into a direction that I can see people not liking, and I get it. And then we've got The Woman in the Library. Okay, well, that I disagree. 3.55 and you're above Riley Sager and Courtney Summers? No, I mean, I'm sorry. You know, for all I've said about Riley Sager, he's still a better writer than Sulary Gentle. No. This book, oh my god, this book was awful. First of all, the synopsis was completely wrong and misleading in my opinion, because I didn't know going in that this was a book within a book because of the synopsis that I got. Like, I didn't get a book synopsis that I've heard some other people got. Like, the synopsis that I had was literally the story that is within the book. So it's basically there's a murder in the library. There's like 4 strangers there. They can't leave the library while this is being investigated. And one of those strangers is the murderer. First of all, they could leave the library, okay? Second of all, they didn't even know there was a murder. They went their separate ways, and then they learned that at the library there had been a murder. And then they went back and met again, and this was just so dumb. And this was not even like the actual like story, and I just anyway, I'm ranting enough. I can link a video here where I've ranted a lot more about it. But yeah, I disagree with that. There should be like a 1 to 2 average star rating. Come on. Okay, this one I'm actually really upset about. Snow by John Banville. This is 3.55 average star rating, and I think this is ridiculous. Like, who likes this book? That's insane to me. Because the subject matter, first of all, the plot, it's just so bad. Like, I mean, if you've read anything, and even watched anything, you can totally guess what the plot is gonna be like from the first page. Apparently, this author is super well known, and he's an Irish author, and he's had a lot of awards and everything. And sure, like, maybe his writing is okay. I personally didn't enjoy it that much. I didn't think it was spectacular. It was maybe a bit atmospheric, but the way the main character talks about women and every woman that he meets is gross. The subject matter is gross. There's absolutely no trigger warning on this, and it should have some, because there is a chapter in the head of a pedophile, and I don't always want to read that. Okay, thank you. But I think this was also not necessary for that story specifically. It didn't bring anything, but it was really disgusting, obviously. And to me, it just felt like it was gratuitous. So just to go back a bit to Mohaider, it's kind of like the same thing. It's like, why are you writing this? What is the point of this? Am I learning something new? Absolutely not. Literally, the story was exactly what you would think. It's about a priest, okay? It's exactly what you would think it's gonna happen. No thank you. And I would never recommend that, and that should not even have a 3. It shouldn't even have a 2-star rating. Oh no, and then it's Book of Night by Holly Black. 3.56? What? Oh guys, come on. It wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it personally. I had fun with it. I can understand, you know, that not everything makes sense. The world building is quite fuzzy around the edges. It's not the best, okay? But I enjoyed the storyline. I don't know, I just enjoyed it. I thought it was creative. I don't think it's necessarily it doesn't feel like it's been done before, or that it's been, you know, too like used before. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and I will continue with the next installment. I think this is only a duology, which is great, because going in I didn't know this was even a series. So I think we're gonna stop here. I've already been filming for about 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it quick and snappy for this video. And I guess we'll have a part 2 for the books I read that are highest rated according to Goodreads. But yeah, this was really fun. Let me know if you read any of those books I've mentioned and what you thought about them. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, or if you want to see part 2, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.